Hello guys, this is Parisandra Flavor Channel. Today we are preparing the ingredients that we are going to use to cook egusi soup with bitter leaf. Okay, this fish, my husband bought it from African shop and I say, how am I going to use this fish? I don't know. I say, okay, let me just wash it and dry it with my oven. So I've washed it, I'm removing all the bones inside it. After doing this, see the way it looks like. You see, now I will add a little salt in it for me to dry it with my oven. After adding the salt, I will spread it on my tray. You see the way it is. After spreading it on the tray, I will now put it in my oven at least for 1 hour for it to dry. Oh yeah, let's put now and see how it will look like, because I have not done this before. I have never used this type of fish before. So after 1 hour, let's see how it looks like. It's fine. Can you imagine? It came out well, very dried and fine. No need of buying the dry fish again. We are going to use this one. It's very fine. Wow, it's good to try things. It's very good. Oh yeah, having done this, let's see the melon. That is the egusi. You see, whenever I buy egusi from the market, I always select it, making sure that I remove every sand, everything that is not egusi in it. I will remove it and wash it thoroughly. After washing it, you see how dirty the melon is. You see, I wash it thoroughly. After washing it thoroughly, I will now blend it with my blender. So, having done this, let's move to where I put out things that I'm going to use. You see the way it is, very neat now. You see, very neat. So it's good. Now let's go to the table. If you are new to my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. Subscribe, like, comment and share. Share to your family and friends. And don't forget to touch that bell button so that anytime I put out video, you will be the first to see it. And if those of you that has been there, I say may God bless you abundantly. Oh yeah, let's go there. This is the meat that I will use. This is goat meat. You see the small shaki inside it. This is that fish you see now. It's very fine. So this is the melon. I have blended it. This is the bitter leaf that we are going to use. I will from here take the oil. This is stock fish that we are going to use. And this is crayfish. You know me now, always cooking with crayfish. This is Cameroon pepper, dry pepper that I will use. And from here, I will take salt that I will use. And also from here, I will take the condiments that I will use in steaming the meat that we will use to cook this bitter leaf with egusi. It will be very sweet. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. Wow, how can I forget something like this? See, this is a combination of obe and fresh pepper. You know, whenever you are cooking egusi soup if you did not put obe, you know that egusi soup is not correct. It's not complete. Oh yeah, let's move to the cooker. Now, this is the meat that I'm going to use, and this is the cubes I will use. I'm going to take 2 to steam this meat. You know, it's good to steam meat. Anytime you are using meat to cook, make sure you steam it very well, so that the taste will enter inside it. Not when you are eating food, the meat will be tasting different, while the food will be tasting different. It's not good now. So I'm adding all the condiments that I will use to steam the meat. I've added the no aroma, I've added salt, I've added curry, and I've added thyme. Now I'm adding the pepper, that dry pepper. You know, we call it Cameroon pepper. It's very peppery, and I always like to use it to steam meat, because when you use it to steam meat, the taste will enter inside, and when you are eating it, you'll be perceiving that taste. You know, now I'm adding onions inside it so that the meat will steam very well. It's good to steam the meat that you are using to cook food. So after turning it like this, I will allow it to steam at least 10 minutes before adding water in it. So after the turning it like this, I'll cover it to allow it to steam for 10 minutes. Now let's go to where the melon, being the egusi, where it is. Now I'm putting that egusi inside the pot that I will use to cook it. After adding it inside the pot, I will pour warm water inside it. Why am I pouring the warm water? I want to use it to dissolve the egusi, and I want to use it to extract the oil from it, and again cooking it so that it will have taste when I put it in the soup. So watch me as I'm doing it. After dissolving it like this, I'm going to put it in the cooker and add small salt to give it a taste in it. So watch me as I am doing it. You see, I'm adding salt in it. So after adding the salt, I will cover it and allow it to cook so that it will come together. I will cook it till that water dry before I will now use it. Now, you see the meat, after 10 minutes I added water in it. Now look at the way it is. You see the way it is. I'm going to remove the flesh so that it will not overboil, it will not overdone, because this meat is goat meat, and you know goat meat, the back is always hard to done. So I'm going to remove the flesh in it, leaving the back so that it will done very well. Now I'm adding stockfish to that back so that all of them will now boil together. After adding the stockfish, I will add that pepper, that fresh pepper you saw me with. I'm adding it, that fresh pepper with ope. So I'm adding everything now because that stockfish is not hard. I use hot water to wash it, so it's not hard. It has been cooked a little. So you see that egusi. You see now, you see the way it is. Normally, it's supposed to come together. You understand? But I don't know why this Europe egusi sometimes it do betis sometimes. So you see the way it is. There is still a little water in it. I will allow it to still cook until that water dried off. So now I'm adding oil inside my soup. I'm adding oil inside that meat so that the soup will start. So having done that, I will still add more because this is bitter leaf. You know, when you add bitter leaf now, you will not see this oil again. So that's why I'm adding a lot of oil. Now, after adding the oil, I will add that, I will add crayfish, and you see, I'm making sure that I collected every pepper inside that plate. Don't mind me. I'm making sure that everything, nothing waste, now. So after done that, I'm now adding that fish, that dry fish that we did together. Now, I'm adding it, and I'll add the whole cubes in it for the soup to begin. So I'm adding it. This last one is very hard. I'm putting it like that. It will dissolve because it's water. It will dissolve. Okay. So having done this, I will add the crayfish. Now, me cooking soup without crayfish, it never done. It's not me, in fact. So I'm adding the crayfish in it. After adding this, I will cover it and allow it to cook for 5 minutes before I will now add that bitter leaf you saw me with. I will add that bitter leaf and allow it to cook at least 5 minutes before I will now add this egusi you saw. So follow me as I am doing it. Remember, if you are new, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment and share. Don't forget to touch that bell button so that anytime I put out video there, you will be the first to see it. You see the way it's boiling. It's boiling potopoto. Now I'm putting back the meat, the flesh that I removed that time. I'm putting it back. After putting it back, I'm going to add that bitter leaf in it so that all of them will boil together. I'm adding the bitter leaf, and after adding this bitter leaf, I will allow it to cook for 5 minutes before I will now put the melon. You see the way it is. I told you, once you put bitter leaf inside soup, the oil will vanish. So now I'm adding that melon. You see it. You see the way it is. I forgot to tell you, whenever you are cooking soup, Don't allow water to cover the meat very well, because if you do it like that, when you put the thing that will thicken it, it might not be enough, and the soup might be water side. But it's better to put the thickening and the soup thick, you add water, than making it water side. Okay, you see now, after adding the egusi, I did not turn it when I added it. I allow it to cook for 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes, I'm now turning it. You see the way it is. You see the way it is. Normally, if it is in Africa, that egusi will be in ball. You see, but here I don't know the type of egusi they are selling here. Anyhow, I still get what I want. You see now. You see the way it is. Let's test the salt. Very tasty. It's very good. It's very good. Fine. If you like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And don't forget to touch that bell button so that each time I put out video, you will be the first to receive it. Okay? Wow! This is delicious. Very delicious. Bye-bye.